Hello everyone, welcome to my live stream. It took me a second there to get my microphone working, but I noticed right away that it wasn't working. I don't know why it didn't have it selected. It just had default device selected or something, and so like nothing was selected. So anyway, a little 10-second stream of nothing. But I am here now, and it looks like everything is working, and I'm about to start my Lucky Dip piece for this week. It did take me a little longer than expected to get prepared, though, so I've got to get my stuff out. First thing, it looks like I'm going to be using some watercolor, so I'm going to get my watercolor sketchbook out. That's behind my desk, so I guess I'll narrate what I'm doing since you can't really see. Got a stack of drawers behind my desk. So I've got my watercolor sketchbook. I put it all nice and centered and lovely. And then that means I can put the sticky note on there with the supplies on there. So let's get these supplies out. So I've got a pen and 2 markers, although this Premier marker sounds like it might be actually more like a pen. Let me Google it real quick. I don't remember what exactly it is. Prismacolor. Let's see, Prismacolor. What did I put? Premier marker. Is it actual marker or is it? So it doesn't have a color. It just says 01. Oh no, it's an actual marker like a Copic marker. Well, we'll see if I actually have that. I've used those in the past and they dry out super fast. So if I had it in the past, I wouldn't be surprised if I've already gotten rid of it because it dried out, or if it would be dried out now. But first thing first, this pen, Sakura Micron. Actually, I guess I could just get it out of there. I don't have to get it out of here. I always have the Sakura Microns right here. So, there's the first item. I use this all the time. It's only on my list because I got some in an art snacks box. It's not on my list because it's sitting neglected, not being used. Okay. And my most full one is the marker one. So it looks like we'll be able to get 2 things out of here if they are both here. Maybe this Copic Chow might be somewhere else. Well, let's try to find the Prismacolor marker first. Nope, that's Winsor Newton. They have the Oh, you can't see it, dang it. The Winsor Newton has the same type of body as the Prismacolor markers, but it's not the same. Oh yeah, here you can sort of see this one. It's kind of like this. I might not have it, but since I'm running a little bit late, I'm not going to replace it with something else. I suppose I could just use a Copic marker. What the heck? Or I could use, I don't know what it meant by 01. That's all it said. It didn't say what color it was. Maybe the color is 01. Where's my phone? Let me add to my search 01. What is 01? Is that a color? 01. Oh, maybe it's this. This is a pen. Haha. So maybe I do have to go back, get that other one. Get that other thing. So it calls it a marker, but it's clearly a fine liner pen. I don't know what the thought process is as to what makes it a marker or not. For me, marker is big. Marker is bigger than pen. That's how I feel. Okay. Back in look at who's right here was staring at me. Here it is. Oh. Prismacolor Premier. I would not call it a marker, but it says fine line marker. I should put that. Let me see. Let me do this real quick. Oh, where's the pen I was using right with? Premier fine line, and maybe I will remember at the end of the stream when I'm done to update my description of my spreadsheet. so that I don't get confused next time it comes up. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I've got this, I've got this. Oh, but they're the same thing. Aw. They're basically the same. Oh, one. Ah. Oh, well. Let's see if it'll focus. Probably not, but let's... It's hard to get it to focus up high without having my hand up here. Okay, I'll hold my hand up and then I'll press the focus button so I can show you. Oh, there we go. So I can show you that it is pretty much exactly the same thing. I'll do my best though. Yeah, even the metal tip looks like it's the exact same item. Well, I'll just make sure to use them both. You won't be able to tell the difference, but that's okay. Okay, so the next thing is this Copic Chow marker. I have an idea of where that is. Oh, right, but I moved where it is. I knew what set of drawers it was in, but I moved the drawers. There we go. Let's see. There we go. Y06, I think is what it says. Yeah. Here we go. So we'll definitely have another color aside from these watercolors. So this is interesting because it's just a little tiny bag of watercolor tubes. So hopefully I still have it. I love watercolors, so I don't know why I'd get rid of them, but I don't know if they're still in the bag. I'm not seeing a bag, but I think that these were, this is Winsor Newton, and I have a bunch. I have a little collection of them. I think it must be these. Or at the very least, I'm going to decide right now that this is what it is. But I really feel like it is because it's... I don't buy this kind of paint. It's definitely something I would have gotten in a art snacks box or something. Oh, Exie, hello! Holy crap! Thank you! Thank you! Exie subscribed at Tier 1 subscriber for 8 months. Holy crap! Wow! How have you been? How were you when I was away on vacation? Did you have any fun adventures or watch any good movies or anything? I mean, it's not like we didn't have communication via Discord, but it still feels like it's been a while. Let's see. Next, I gotta... Oh man, I can't wait to get my... I'm saving up to get a sink in here, a utility sink, so that I won't have to leave. But I'm going to have to leave in order to get some water to use these watercolors. Ah, where's my watercolor water bowl? Oh, it's over there. Oh, good. Yay, I'm glad to hear it. Exie says I'm doing all right. Thank you for asking. Yay. I'm always happy to hear that. I'm always so glad to see you in the chat. Okay, let me put my little be right back sign because I gotta go fill this bowl up with some water. Shouldn't take too long though, so I'll be right back. Chappy, good girl. Chappy didn't know if we were leaving. She got up from her bed. Maybe you can hear her little nails on the floor. Okay, it needs a brush too. Hold on, hold on. Gotta get a brush. Or maybe a couple brushes. A small and a medium biggie, maybe? Yeah. Couple sizes. in my favorite round shape. Oh, Exie says, how are you? I'm good. I was surprised. I was able to get right back into the workflow after this vacation. I'm very happy about that because the last few vacations I've had... Oh, I didn't take my V right back off. The last few vacations, I needed a vacation from my vacation. So it's really nice to not feel that way this time. It felt like an actual... But I think it's because it wasn't traveling the whole time. It was only traveling for 3 days. And then the other 7 days was just hanging out at home. So, so yeah, I'm doing really good. I'm doing surprisingly good. I'm very happy about it. I've also been reading a book that's very interesting that's been helping me think of things in a new way and like think of things like, oh, well, I can choose. I can choose if I'm having a good day because it's all relative. It's like subjective or whatever. And I haven't finished the book, but I've been like, you know what? I'm going to choose not to worry about this thing that's making me annoyed, or I'm going to choose to whatever. Like, it's cool. So, yes! I love that show. I've watched it so many times. Yes! That is my fave! I don't know if it's ever come up before, but I love Sherlock Holmes. Oh, for anybody watching the recording later. Exie says, I feel like I watched something very good. I cannot remember right now. So weird. And then Exie remembered I was watching Sherlock from BBC and listened to Sherlock Holmes audiobooks. Who did you listen for the narrator? Ooh, was it in English or was it in... I don't know what the language is called. Is it called Turkish? Or because you're in Turkey? I'm sorry that I don't know. But that would be so interesting because I know Sherlock Holmes has been translated into like hundreds of languages, so that would be so interesting to me to like... I've never... That's such a good idea. Okay, I'm keep thinking, but I've got the Harry Potter books on audiobook in Japanese, and that's like a fun practice for me. So I could do the same thing with, sorry, I'm stepping away for a second to grab my reference book. Okay, I'm back. To listen to the Sherlock Holmes stories in Japanese, I wonder if I can do that, if there's an audiobook of that. Oh, interesting. Exie says, I don't speak Turkish outside of my family. Ah, okay. So you were listening to the English Sherlock Holmes? Oh, well, yeah. There's someone named Greg something. Greg something. The most recent one I listened to was, what is his name? He's really cool. I really like him a lot. Oh, I can't remember. Feel sad about it. Anyway, his reading, he's famous for being, he was in the second Robert, I hold my fingers like this so you can't see. The second Robert Downey Jr.'s Sherlock Holmes movie, and he played, why do things elude me when I want to actually talk about them? He played the brother. Oh, okay, that's definitely the different person then. How was it? Was it a good audiobook? John Watson. No, but that's getting close. It's like the only other close person to Sherlock Holmes. Not Moriarty. Why can't I think of the name? His older brother, you know? Shirley. He calls him Shirley. Fry. Yeah, Stephen Fry. Yeah. That's the audiobook I listened to most recently. But if the Greg Wagland one is good... Oh, Mycroft, yes. That's it. Okay. Feels so much better. All of those names and things I couldn't think of, they've all been resolved. Oh, looks like we're going to do an up and down pose today, because we did this one last time. Oh, and we're going to do it upside down, so that it'll be visible on the stream. Okay. I'm doing this a little out of order than usual, but a lot of my stream today is a little bit different from usual, so it's fine. Okay, just going to clip it open. And one on the bottom. Okay, and these paintbrushes can go over here. And my bookmark, just set it over here. Okay, let me see if this is, I mean, it doesn't matter too much yet, but just get that set up. Because I wanted to look whether it was going to be landscape or portrait so that I could arrange my sketchbook the same way, and then put my little sticky note with the supplies in the same direction too. Oh yeah, nice. I've listened to some audiobooks like that too. They weren't on YouTube. Well, maybe they're on YouTube. I just downloaded them directly from the site, but it was the Lupin. Another name that's escaping me. But there was a Sherlock Holmes Lupin crossover story by the author of the Lupin books, the French author. Man, I love this stuff, and I can't think of any. Lupin. Arsène Lupin. The gentleman burglar, or whatever. That's what I've listened to. So that's good. Oh, I don't know if I explained it for anybody who's watching this later. Xe says, I don't know if it was good compared to someone else. It was on YouTube, so it was perfect for free. Yes, I like that. And especially with those older stories that are out of the public domain anyway. May as well just, like, I love the free Kindle, it's not audiobook, but it's ebook. Like on my Kindle ebook reader, I have so many. That's how I read The Count of Monte Cristo, and it was such a good book, and I did buy a physical copy later because it was good. But that's why it's nice, because you can read those old stories and see whether you like it or not. And then if you like it, you could buy one to, like, support people who are publishing it still today or something. Oh, I love these. Chow markers have this soft brush tip, and it just makes these fabulous marks. I love it. And then it has a chisel tip just like the regular Copics that I use, but it's a smaller one. On the watercolor paper, well, maybe it's because it's such a vibrant yellow, but it seems like on the watercolor paper, the marker is a little less crisp than I'm used to. It seems to fan out just a little bit. And just like I thought, these two pens are exactly the same. You would never be able to tell the difference. Maybe, I wonder if there's any difference in their marker or water fastness. So let's do a couple of swatches to test those. Did you listen to like all of the Sherlock Holmes stories, or is it just some of them? So it was the Stephen Fry one that I finally listened and or read, because I've read like 2/3 of a complete collection, but I'd never read or listened to all of the stories before that. It took a long time. The audiobook was like over 60 hours long, so. Yeah. And I started reading sonnets and trying to understand. I'm pretty much in my British era. Yeah. I know that feeling. I always feel like that. Oh, you can tell the difference. Oh, I'm glad I did this. Look at this. It looks the same when it's just on the paper, but put the alcohol marker on it. This one held up. This was the Sakura Pigma Micron, which is the ones I always use with markers, so I already know, but this one is not marker safe. Is it water-based? Is that why? I'm looking on the side to see if it says. It says non-toxic. Doesn't say. It says archival quality, but that just means there's no acid in it. But yeah, it went, psh, smeared the whole thing. Psh. It's actually kind of hard to see on the camera, I feel like, but glad I tested that. Oh, yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Actually says I listened to the 3 first book and some short stories. There's still much to listen. Yep. It goes on and on. And then I left a piece of tape on here. I forgot. It's in the water even. Hold on. I was taping something and I had some excess tape and I stuck it on there because it was available to stick things on. And I forgot about it because it's clear. Okay, put that over there. Okay, anyway. Yeah, there's so much of the actual, like, original stuff. And then there's tons of stories that people have made since then. Like in the style of Sherlock Holmes or... I don't know. There's so much. Because it's so good. It's like a... The mysteries. I mean, of course there are some troublesome things because it's the Victorian era and all this, and it's old and... Society has moved on since then, but the basic ideas of these mysteries are just like kind of universally interesting or like evergreen. Oh, you're asking me a tough question. XCS, do you prefer BBC Sherlock or Robert Downey Jr. Sherlock? Don't ask me tough questions. Oh, you're so mean. No, I don't think I can pick one because they're so different. Because the BBC Sherlock is like a modern interpretation, and then Robert Downey Jr. is like an action adventure movie. So it's still modern in that the action adventure is a modern version of action adventure, but it's like in that time period, in the original time period. And I think they're both so good. I like them both so much. I watch them both. I keep saying both a lot, but I'm telling you. I love them both. I cannot pick one. Even the music. So I'm holding this up and I'm getting distracted because I'm so excited about the subject of Sherlock Holmes coming up. But I wanted to show that they also have a slight difference when having water on these two pens. They both seem to, what is the term? The ink was slightly moved by the pen, but this ink is cooler in tone, and this is warmer in tone. So that's another interesting difference. But still, if you were only going to be inking with a pen and not doing anything else to it, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference. Okay. I better write which one. This is especially important to write which one. Sakura. Actually, what about you? Do you prefer one over the other? Or maybe even yet a different one? Because there's like those older ones in the 50s that I haven't watched those shows yet, though. And then I've heard a lot of people be like, no, it's got to be that classic Basil Rathbone or whatever. Oh, my screen is not. There we go. Fixed it. It wasn't focused. And this is the Prisma. I'll just put Prisma. We'll understand what that means, Prisma. And this is clearly the Copic, so I'm not going to even write anything. Okay, here comes a fun part. Let's put a little blob of paint from each of these. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. Ah, that's so fun. There's the exact amount of colors for my palette. I don't want to put too much. Just a tiny little blob of each. I said earlier that I don't buy paints like this, but it's not because I don't like them or anything. I just have so many already that I never need to buy paint. I bought actually the same brand, Sakura. I bought their watercolor tube kit that I think came with 24 colors, and I've never needed to replace any paint because the watercolor paint is so like it lasts forever, because if you don't wash it off, you can just reapply some water and it'll be good as new next time you use it. So there's like so little waste. I think Aoife's having a dream. Her little toes are going chip, chip, chip on the floor. Oh yeah, interesting. Actually says, I always thought that ink smearing is only in traditional art, but recently I started working digital smear in my design. Now it feels more natural to see you smearing ink with color. That's cool. I wonder, so I don't know exactly what you mean, but I wonder if you've put it on any of your videos, because I followed you back on YouTube. I don't know if you saw that, but and thank you for following me. Or at least I'm 99% sure that was you, because it was a your project name and your tutorial videos. Okay, here's the beautiful little color wheel. Let's just do a little, because it's getting pretty late already. I'm gonna have to do a really fast actual drawing, but let's just do a little swatch of each one. Ooh, it's beautiful. Actual water on the watercolor paper this time. Or actual, yeah, I don't know what I just said. Actual watercolor on the watercolor paper. Oh, you're welcome! Yay! Yeah, you're seeing your really high speed, how you make those word images. Sorry, I can't remember if you had a specific name for what they are called, but the graphic design that you've been doing. It's really fun to see the different steps that you go through to get to the final result. Oh, I think I got a little bit too much water on here for this one, but... Pretty good, nice colors. Watercolor is so good. Love watercolor. Ooh, this is a beautiful blue. Lovely. Like a ocean, a bright blue ocean in the morning. It's so nice to have experience of being on the sea from the cruise I went on, because I was able to see how the color of the ocean changed so much just from the time of day, or like if it was cloudy, or if we were closer to the land, or all these things, and it's like, oh, it's the same ocean, but it's like a completely different color. I can't see this little blob. Oh, I think I got way too much. Oh well. Yeah. It is, their relationship is so good. Have you seen the whole thing? I don't want to say anything that's... I mean, it's been out for a while, but if you haven't seen the whole thing, I don't want to say anything. But yeah, I love it. I love the dynamic in the BBC between John and Sherlock. Oh, wow. Okay, first actually says, I don't think there's an official name, but the style is called Mishko because of the first artist who made the design possible. Or popular. Let's see if I can read things properly. Popular. And then actually says, I binged twice. Okay. Well then, for anybody watching, and anybody watching the recording, if you haven't watched Sherlock and know nothing about the Sherlock Holmes stories, now's the time to mute for 1 minute, I guess. All I want to say is that I love how John is so worried when he thinks Sherlock has fallen to his death from the building, and then that was the end of the season, right? And then we had to wait like a year or something, and it turns out that he's fine. And then it's still just as powerful, even though that's how it is in the books too. Okay, I'm doing a thumbs up in case anybody actually did mute. I doubt it, but hopefully they get the thumbs up means that it's safe to listen now. Yeah, no, I was just reading. Oh, it's so funny that you brought up Sherlock, because I just bought a collector's edition Reader's Digest version of, there's a 5-volume set, and I had the first 2 volumes, and I found the 3rd volume at the used bookstore. So I bought that last week. So this so excellent, thematically appropriate. Okay, so we've got less than 25 minutes. So I am gonna do this super fast. I am going to try to make this my fastest sketch ever. Like, we're just gonna try to get it done in 60 seconds. I'm not timing. I'm not timing. But that's how fast I want it. Let's just get the basics. Oh, and we're going to switch to the other pen. We're going to switch to the other pen for the other guy. Yes. So just hardly even looking at what I'm drawing. Just looking over every once in a while, but mostly looking at the photo. To try and get this done fast enough to finish on time. Little hand, and then their swords are going ping, ping. Oh, and I didn't draw this. There, boom. Super fast. So fast. I actually think not bad. If that was 60 seconds, maybe 120 seconds. Again, I did not time it all. Oh, I didn't draw his feet. I'll just sketch those in there real quick. And since I drew this guy's sword with this pen, I'm going to draw this guy's feet with this pen. Foot. Boom. Added another 5 seconds, maybe. Oh, yeah, it's so sad. It's so sad. Ah, they're both such good actors. He's my friend. Please let me pass. Yeah. Oh. Okay, I gotta watch. I gotta watch it again. It was my go-to. The BBC Sherlock was my go-to show for long drawing projects for class, where it's like, the one I remember the most was you literally had to clock 24 hours of work on a single 18 by 24 inch drawing. So this huge drawing, and you had to like use a timer to time that you have worked on it for 24 hours total. So I was like, oh God, I can't get through this. And then I was like, wait, let's watch a show that I like. Because it's just a like, little still life. So it was more mechanical than creative. Like, it was creative in the mechanical sense, not in the like cognitive sense. I don't know how to explain that. But yeah, I still remember watching, well, you know, like half watching. When the really good scenes came on, I would look over from my drawing for a second, but mostly listening. Yeah, it's so good. It's such a good show. Oh, thank you! Yay! Yeah, I think that they turned out pretty good for like boom, 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 sketching that out. Actually says the proportions look all right so far. Another stylized artwork. Yep. Because I took too long, but that's okay. So I'm going to use the alcohol marker, this Copic marker first, because it'll dry really fast, so I won't have to wait for it to dry in order to move on to these, because that's all I have left now, the colors, because I've used both pens now. And I'm trying to figure out where to use the yellow, maybe either in their clothing or in the background, I think. So this is brown, but it's like, oh no, it's black. It's like a brown black. It's called chromium black. Then again, I could just do all yellow underneath. Oh, that'll be cool. Okay, I'm gonna do this yellow underneath on their clothes. And I'm just going to see what it's like when I watercolor on top of it. Like if it changes the color Or maybe it doesn't do anything. Maybe it just disappears. But that is what I've decided just now, that that's what I'm going to do. Because there's no one spot that seems like a really good spot to use. What was this? This is supposed to be an arm here. Okay. It's so squiggly that it's really hard to tell what each thing is. Okay. And I guess this is the shoulder. Okay, not bad. And then let's put this under here. I said under here, like I'm already imagining it going under the watercolor. And yeah, I'll do the OB as well. Yeah, all the clothing. And his collar goes way high. I actually have like I feel pretty good about this. It gives me like a Picasso vibe. Not saying that I'm Picasso or anything. Just saying that's what it feels like. This little light squiggly line that's just its own thing. Well, the chromium black, it's definitely going on these scabbards. Makes a lot of sense, I think. So that's the first thing I'll do. Let's see. Got like 15-ish minutes now. Tsuba. You can't really see the end, but you can see the end of this scabbard. Oh, I didn't draw that scabbard. Well, I'll just paint it. I won't even draw it. I'll just... Oh, I need some more water. It's painted on there. And only people who have watched this recording or watching it now will know. Okay, and then you can sort of see. Let's soup on this one. There, we'll do it just like that. Let's see, I've got 6 colors. I've used black. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or no. If I leave this yellow, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, yes. So I'll do their hair. Let's see, what would be fighting? I think red and this light blue color would be nice. This is like my favorite blue because it goes so good with red. So we'll do these two. Their hair is going to be these. If I choose the right one, I think this one. Okay. Okay. I'm just going to put the basic layer of stuff on, and then if there's still time, then I'll add a little more details. Maybe I'll even add more details with the black ink pens. Need more water on the brush. This is so dry. Oh yeah, I like it. It's got that anime character feeling. Last summer, the oldest of my sisters, who is still younger than me, she helped me dye my hair like this color. I hope that I can do it again, but I think I need to go into like a salon place or something because my hair is so long, it's really, really troublesome. Okay, so this guy has 2 separate colors on his kimono in the reference photo. Because he has the kimono, that's the top part, and the bottom part is the hakama. So, now I've eliminated these 3. Blue and purple. Blue and green. Oh, kind of like the blue and purple. Okay, this dark blue. Oh, wow! Good job! Oh, I think I startled Aoife. Nice! Congratulations! That's half a year! Actually says, another big news. I hit 6 months of daily designs yesterday. That is incredible to do that every single day. And then your designs always look so cool. I always like to see them when you share them. The different, and especially the video you shared, I thought that it was so clever how you did orbit. Oh man, the marker is showing through. I really like it. You did orbit and then it's like circling around. It is like actually doing the thing that it is. I can't explain myself. Anyway, I like that. I like when that kind of thought goes into a piece. Whatever the piece is, whether it's music or a movie or anything, I really like that. Not just making it look cool, but it looks cool because it has that extra thought in it. So, yeah, keep it up. Keep it up. You had like, oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. You had, your goal is like 800? Is that what I saw? I can't remember. I can't remember what you said. But yeah, keep it up. That is so awesome. And it's just going to, like, your skills in graphic design are just naturally just going to, like, you're going to be so amazing. Just because you're putting so much effort into it without even thinking about getting better. It's just naturally going to happen. Okay, so here's a little confusing because I just have a bunch of swirlies. But this, I think, is about where I'm going to stop the kimono and then the hakama will start below this. Ah, it's really cool. Let me hold this up real quick to show the yellow is totally showing through, and so it makes it just look so different. Like right here, there's some paint where there was no marker underneath. And even though the paint part is just as thick, but because it goes on top of the yellow right next to it, it gets suddenly very dark. That's really fun. That's why I like Lucky Dips. I'd never try something like this normally. I just go with my tried and true stuff. So it's just so fun once a week to just do random wacky stuff without worrying about whether it works or not. Ooh, beautiful. This becomes so red with the yellow underneath. Maybe I need the bigger brush for this big area. I'm kind of purposefully painting this roughly because I love these dry edges we're getting or little pools that are forming. Or like here's a tiny little dry patch that just didn't get touched and oh wow, it looks neon on it when it goes on the outside. Ah, that's so cool. 880. That's right, 880. So 6 months. So how far are you? Like 10%? No, 6 months would be half, so 150. No, that's got to be like 20%. Wanted to hold this up and show her there's no marker here and here and here and here, and so it looks like a bright purple highlight, but it's just because the paint is on white paper instead of markered yellow paper. Ooh, and as it dries, it starts to get like brownish. Although from up, I'm looking at my camera now, and from up here, it still looks nice and red. Okay, so the final color is this green. So this guy's kimono going to be green. 184 days so far. 184. Wait, which green did I use? No, this is the one I need. Yes. Oh, it looks like I'm actually doing great on time. Rushing this has worked out. I just got my 10-minute notification. Oh, it's so pretty. The green becomes very pretty on the yellow. Like a forest in the sunshine. And then the the parts that shine through, the parts of the white paper that shine through because they didn't get any marker on them, they look like little blue. It actually looks blue. Little blue stripes or something. Just looking it over now, I don't know if there's anything else that I want to do actually. So I got this really, it's this really fast piece and I feel like everything looks really fast. So if I add any slow details at the end, I don't know if that will actually add to the piece or if it will look out of place or something. Oh, yay! I'm glad to hear it. Here, I'll hold them up closer too, since I'm deciding whether I want to do anything else. Exy says, I love the colors, really. Yay! I love it when I get a pack of colors. It's so nice to have a rainbow. I love rainbows. I love rainbows of color. So much color. I love stacking color. Maybe that's something I could do. Just to get a little bit of shadow or something, or just to make it more interesting, because I still have 8 minutes now that I've rushed through it. So how about let's stack some of these watercolors. So maybe I'll put some of the red on this purple because it's already looking kind of red. Ooh, and it goes on the yellow and it becomes an orange color too. So now we've got 3 colors on top of each other. And on this blue, well, probably the green. Placing it all down and then drying my brush out really well, and I'm going to spread it out with a dry brush. With a relatively dry brush. Because I don't want to completely obscure the previous color with the new color. So we'll make it more like a gradient or something. Ooh, and the green will be nice because we've got this big, huge area to work with. So let's see, what do I want to put on the green? Use the red already. Oh, how about this lovely blue? Oh, I forgot to put some water on the brush. Oh yeah. And this blue for some reason really collects at the end of the brush. So it keeps because it made this dark line on the swatch here as well, and it's doing the same thing here. But I'll just work with that, and that will help me create this gradient effect. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing and spread it out with a relatively dry brush. Nice. Still have 5 minutes. So I think actually I will do a little bit of, but I'll try to keep it light and loose just like everything else. Just do a little bit of extra detail around the heads. I don't know if I'll try to touch the faces, but just give a little more Oh, got a little paint on here. Oh well, that's what it's like to actually use things. A little more detail in the hair. Indication. The ears or something. And little super fast hand swirls. And now I'm gonna add just like little swirly indications of folds and things, wrinkles. I wonder if I can dab a little of this off using the wet paper towel and just gently swiping it, but it looks like it's on there for good, so at least it's just on the background. I love seeing the what color does my paint water become at the end of a session. I just noticed it's a beautiful purple color. Oh, thank you! Yay! I'm glad you think so. Actually says it looks lovely. I guess we can call it good. Let's turn it over. Hey man, not bad. For especially, I drew this in what, 60 seconds? Maybe. Still a guess. But I just blew through it. They have no faces. This watercolor set is a very nice selection of colors. I really like it. I think that you could mix all of these colors to create like a huge range, because especially like here you start getting browns. I mean, of course some of that is the yellow marker behind it, but by mixing the purple with the red, you start to get a more earthy tone instead of the bright, vibrant tone. Man, I'm pretty proud of how they're just about the same height. So that's something that I've been noticing and trying to be aware of in previous drawings, that I would make one of them much bigger or much smaller than the other one, and they are about the same height today, so that's good. I don't think I've been signing these because they're just, yeah, they're just test drawings. Oh, thank you. What is this Jigglypuff? Or is it a Kirby? Thank you. Exie is not bad at all. Perfect. Cherry 159 Sigma. It's like a Jigglypuff with a little green hair on it. Oh, God. Look at him. Oh, one of these days. One of these days I'm going to make some. I actually thought that once I get through these birthday gift chibis that I will use Chibi Friday to work on some of those. Because I was just thinking like drawing a chibi face and then making it small and putting it on. I don't know how well that will work. I got to research it, but... Okay, I talked through the last 4 minutes of the stream-ish. So... Let's call it good for today. My first stream back after my nice summer vacation. Yay, went really well. That would look so good. Oh, yay. I'm glad you think it's a good idea. Ah, yes. I want to make a list. I'm going to make a list of what I want, you know, like what emotions or statuses or whatever. And then, yeah, I think that's what I'll use Chibi Friday for. Okay. We'll call it good for today. I will be back on Friday for Chibi Friday. I'm going to start another birthday present chibi. This time it's going to be a Pokemon fan art, so that's going to be fun. I have not done fan art in a little while, I think. I guess anyway.
that's it for today. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Exy says, thank you so much for this stream. Thank you for joining me as always. Yeah, that's it for today. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thank you for watching.